Pencils down. Pencils down.
Now.
Pencils down. That's it. That's it. That's it. We are not messing around today. The pencils are down.
You will get detention and fail.
And big time. And no sympathy from us.
No, sir. That? No,
detention, failing, and no sympathy from us. Ramble 346, Eddie. Woo! Here we are. Wow. Woo! And it's you and I. I mean, he's not having a great day, our guy, Cody.
Bad day yesterday for the code man.
Right. Bad day for Cody. He's alt-right Cody is having a rough one.
Trying to spin it, though. Trying to spin it.
He's trying, but now you can call old Trumper a sexual assaulter, and you can't be sued for defamation.
Right.
Because he is one.
But not a rapist.
Not a rapist, because she didn't know if it was his dick or his finger. Which is just when you look at the source at him, it just makes it fucking hysterical.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, God.
Amazing. Cody's doing he's just whatever he can to scooping that water out of the boat. That's just doing what he can to stay afloat.
I mean, God, does even with a tiny bucket, it seems. That's what's tough for with the wee little bucket. With the wee tiny little bucket. We sold at 138 5-star reviews. Locker
Come on!
With his Scorched Earth promo coming after all of us.
Burning everybody down.
Still king of the hill right now. Locker Miltic still your champion.
Damn.
And then there's us right here. There's us.
You and I.
Just
you and I.
Doing the best we can. That's all we can do. It's all we have, Eddie. We're just doing the best we can. That's
all we need.
What else can you ask from us?
You and I. That's all we need.
Right. This is it. This is all that's ever needed. By the way, I don't know if you knew this, but you can email us, ramble@theramblepod.com.
We have that technology now.
We have it. We're on Twitter @PodcastRamble1. We're on Instagram @PodcastRamble. The Ramble Tube on YouTube.
Check it out.
Go subscribe.
All episodes are up in their full video.
Yeah, full video. You can see us. And we also, of course, have our merch page at TeePublic, which might one day change. But, Cody, we're asking a lot of him now.
We've almost made, I think, lifetime $10 on TeePublic. Lifetime. Almost.
Wow.
That's a milestone for us.
Huh?
Just
rolling in this shit.
Skrilla.
Bro, do it. Just another killer doing dirt for the Skrilla. That's us. Man. Owen Edmonds.
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
Okay. I was worried.
Yeah.
I was worried after Uncle Barry's playlist. I was worried.
I thought we lost him.
I thought.
For good reason. If he wanted to tell us to fuck off.
He could have walked.
Yes.
Can't blame him.
Hello, Jerry, Eddie, and Cody. Well, of course, Cody's not here. I apologize for missing last week's email. I'm glad the Ramblers enjoyed Uncle Barry's situation despite the rumors. It's all true. No embellishment, no exaggeration. Just the cold, hard facts. So, all right. So, it looks like there's no hard feelings. Thank God.
Good to know.
Good to know. And I guess
Owen knows how to take it.
Take one on the chin for old Uncle Bear. So I guess that's a good enough. You know what, Eddie? That's a good enough intro for me.
That feels a weight has been lifted to me personally. I feel a weight gone.
Right. A massive one. So if you could just imagine our beautiful intro music playing right now.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we had it.
And if we had it, and if you could just. I don't know. If you know the words, Eddie, what's stopping anyone from singing along?
Nothing.
Right?
Nothing.
Thank you. Well, there's a black man with a black cat living in a black neighborhood. He's got an interstate running through his front yard. You know, it thinks he's got it so good. And there's a woman, everyone, in the kitchen cleaning up the evening slop. And he looks at her and he says, hey, darling, I remember when you could stop a clock. But ain't that America for you and me? Ain't that America? Something to see, baby. Ain't that America? Home of the free, yeah. Little pink houses for you and me. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. There we are. The Cougs. Bringing some Cougs to it.
John Cougs Mells.
The Mells? Cougs. You would think Gumble would have to call him Cougs, right?
I would imagine, or he would have a stroke trying to figure out How to give a 3-named man a nickname.
Right.
Ooks, ooks, mook, camp, no.
Does any other podcast milk this much comedy from Bryant Gumbel?
Not show in and show out is Gumbel a topic on any other podcast. Not even if he even has his own podcast.
He had his own podcast.
They don't talk about Gumbel as much as we do.
As much as we bring up. And we're the great, we'll say it, the amazing.
Right.
The one and only Bryant Gumbel.
Right. And this just shows you how much this podcast evolves and keeps up with time. I mean, we were all Vern Lundquist for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We were all just and it slowly just evolved into Gumbel. It just shows you that we were ever changing and always on the cusp of something new.
It's true. Speaking of Lundquist, how much pussy do you think that guy got? How much tail do you think he?
I mean, do you think he got the tail, or did he catch the runoff from being around?
Who was with him? Who was with him in the
whatever
booth?
athlete was in the booth with him?
Right.
Was he catching some of that runoff, or was he cucking the whole time?
Oh.
Was he just watching and just?
Maybe a little. Oh.
You know, they get into the new city on a Friday night.
Right.
Games on Sunday.
Oh.
He's calling a game with like Terry Bradshaw back in the day. He's going out on the town.
Of course, Bradshaw's getting anything he wants.
Legendary poon killer, Terry Bradshaw.
And
Vern's just following him around. I mean, what other podcast talks about Vern Lundquist and Gumbel?
Getting laid.
Or watching someone getting laid while he masturbates.
Right, or just jerking off while someone else is getting. Can I ask you? Here's mine, Eddie.
Yeah.
Do you think Jimmy the Greek got laid the night of his infamous quote about the superior black athlete?
The night he said it, or the night it made public?
Night he said it.
Probably night he said it. Maybe not the night it went public.
No, I think that was it.
But the night he said it, probably. I mean, he probably got laid all the time.
You think the Greek got it?
Oh, the Greek? Yeah, the Greeks, yeah. He was swimming in it.
Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy the Greek was swimming in it. Fucking only asshole to pick the Raiders in every fucking game.
Always.
At one of the lowest points ever in their franchise.
It still amazes me that we had a person on television in our youth named Jimmy the Greek. And that Musburger would just call him Greek. Greek, who do you got? Greek.
And he had that fucking gold medallion thing around his neck, right?
Yeah, a little flavish.
A little flavor, yeah. And they would always have him on NFL Today, and he would just be consistently wrong.
Every time.
And was there every week.
And he was like the gambling guy. He was like, here's who the smart money is.
It's a wonder he didn't show up dead at some point. Just someone lost so much money because of him.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it was a setup. Maybe they knew, and they were like, look, we can get rid of the Greek. Here's what we do. Go talk to him. Ask him about why he thinks African Americans are better athletes, and just roll tape, and we never have to worry about this guy fucking up our picks ever again.
Fuck.
Oh man, that was. Ooh, I remember that. I even as a child watching the video when it was news, I was like.
You're like,
what the heck?
We're not gonna see him anymore.
Like, he can't say that, can he?
Like, quick twitch muscle. What? They were bred for it. What? No, you can't be doing this, man.
Oh, fuck. Jimmy the Greek.
Oh, well, it's like I remember watching vividly in the early 2000s when NFL or ESPN's Countdown to Kickoff or whatever had fucking Rush Limbaugh on.
Dude, when he went off on Donovan McNabb.
He did the Donovan McNabb black quarterback thing, and then they cut back like Tom Jackson and Tom Jackson.
What the fuck did I just have to listen to?
Why we're on the same set. He had that little thing where he had his separate booth over to the side, and
Right.
they would be talking, and whenever he wanted to interject, he would throw a flag over,
Right.
and the flag would land on the desk, and they would cut to him, and he would say his spiel.
Do you think they put him in that booth just so Tom Jackson, it was harder for him to just beat the ever-living fuck out of him?
They couldn't have him within striking distance.
How much would you have paid to have seen Tom Jackson when that McNabb rant was done just walk over and just pound the shit out of fucking Limbaugh? Just beat the ever-living fuck out of him.
What was ESPN thinking at the time?
Man.
To have a far right or far left commentator on a national
sports.
on a sports, it's fucking insane.
We talked about it briefly, but that Bob Huggett, whatever that coach, the West Virginia coach who did the anti-gay slur the other day.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Cody's right. They baited this guy. Like the sports guy, I don't know how they didn't think it was going to end up where it ended up, because he was talking about the fans of whatever college, some Catholic school,
Yeah.
I guess, because this guy, he coaches for West Virginia basketball now, but he used to coach at Cincinnati. So I guess he still has a relationship with some of the media people there. So he was on a Cincinnati show, and I think
They knew him. They knew him.
Yeah, I think they were talking about Xavier, a rival of Cincinnati. And he was like, they throw these plastic penises out in the court and they can get away with it. And then one of the hosts goes, probably transgender night, huh, coach? And he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Why would you go there? Why are you going to bring that up?
Ugh.
Probably. And then that's when he just, I think it was more like those Catholic. And then he just drops the gay slur.
Whew.
And what's weird is like when they give their apology, they're all, this is not who I am. Get the fuck out of here.
That's exactly who you are. What you're doing right now is not who you are.
Yes, this apology is not you. You going on this radio show and just brazenly being like, it must have been a bunch of Catholic. That's you.
That's you.
What
That's not the first time you said that.
No.
Not the
If you
first time
say
you
it
said
that confidently and that, like, you really think that's, this is not who I am. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, of course it's who you are.
It's like he was like, it's a bunch of Catholic.
Right.
It's like, no, he said it. He knew what he was saying.
He knew what he was doing.
Wasn't the first time he said it.
I mean, my God, it's but it's always the best when they do this isn't who, this isn't me.
It's not me. It's not who I am.
It's not who I am. My family. My family knows. Get the fuck out of here.
Your family knows for sure. Let's have them on the stand as a character witness.
Yeah, how about these you're constantly contemplating suicide children. Let's see what they think about this. Fucking loser. God, God. Anyway, he made the winningest coach in West Virginia basketball history. So that'll excuse it. I don't know.
So you can be a dick. That's true.
Yeah. By the way, we haven't heard from this Rambler in a minute, Eddie.
Oh.
Do we push this Rambler to now take the prize from Locker Miltic?
Oh.
Justin Navi!
Wow.
Naps. Hi, Jerry. Hope you're well. Want to say that the Legend of Zeldon clip that you posted online recently was the absolute best. Thank you. Appreciate it. I need more Don, a.k.a. Downtown Don. Well, thank you. On my YouTube channel right now, you can find it. For the upcoming Ramble of the following items to include, for Best Elvis Song, he goes Burning Love. That goes on his Hall of Fame hat.
Okay.
Owen Edmonds, he's back.
Oh, thank God.
What hat, what Elvis Song? In the Ghetto? Heartbreak Hotel?
Ooh.
Hound Dog? No. My choice is The Big Comeback. We're caught in a trap. Ooh. I can't walk out. Suspicious Minds. Love that song. Baby. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs, he goes, well, since my baby left me. Heartbreak Hotel. Joshua Snyder. Snides. Jets, hope your weekend was excellent. Hall had Elvis, Hound Dog. Yes, it is a cover. But he made it his. And that had a Sullivan Show performance of the song, and you have Elvis the icon. All right? You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Doing the dance. I mean.
That make Vern go.
How many repressed rednecks saw Elvis dance and then beat themselves with like a whip that night because of out of the shame
after they
what
jerked
felt.
off in the shower.
Right.
Thinking
After the
about it.
shame of what they felt and what they were thinking, watching Elvis dance like that. Sean Williams, hi Jerry, Eddie, and the guy that Major League Back to the Minors was based on, Cody. Following the nickname fiasco, I went on my own walkabout. Shout out to Damian Bottriell for that. And now I'm back, and I've come to chew bubble gum and kick ass. Huh? I'm all out of bubble gum. There we go. Hall of Fame hat with honorable mentions to Hound Dog, Can't Help Falling in Love, and Viva Las Vegas. My pick for the Hall of Fame has got to be Jailhouse Rock. It was also cool when they used a little less conversation, a little more action as a theme for the show in Vegas. Anthony, Born to Run Flores. Jerry, Eddie, maybe Cody?
Maybe.
Mi gente? Hey there, fellows. Boy, oh boy, how about those Guardians? I need to see it a few more times.
Me too.
It stands as a pretty darn... as it stands. It's pretty darn solidly in my top 5 MCU flicks. It hit all the right spots for me. What a send-off and a solid end to the MCU's best trilogy. For the hat, I'm going with my favorite Elvis song, We're Caught in a Trap, Suspicious Minds. Remember how shitty he made the song sound during his later 70s live before? We're trying to forget that. Damian Bottriell.
Bats.
Hey, Jerry, and to the tune of Gilligan Island, the rest. Damian Bottriell here for yet another week of rambling. Elvis, another vote for We Can't Go On Together with Suspicious Minds. All fantastic. But can we talk just real quick about how good Guardians was again?
We can always talk about how good.
The more I've seen it twice now. I took Andrea to see it. Yeah. She really enjoyed it. I don't think she can pick a favorite. I think to her, all the Guardians are just kind of like this equally solid trilogy. That
True. I mean, if I gun to my head, I would take the first one. The first one to me is great. I loved the third one. Second one grew on me over time.
Yeah,
but the first one,
dude, that's such a good what if. Gun to your head. I think I would go this one, Eddie. Gun to my head. I think I go part 3.
Such a perfect movie.
Here's what
beginning, middle, and end.
For part 3, though, for part 1, is the first and funniest Drax moment where they're like, "Oh, that joke went over his head." He goes, "Nothing goes over my head.
Nothing goes over my head.
Too fast, I would catch it." Like
it's perfect. It's one of those few perfect movies where I don't have any complaints about the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right. Now, there's been some rumbling and rambling. Eddie, I don't know if you're the one who told me this, but someone had mentioned that a lot of Marvel fans are kind of hoping that the gentleman who played the High Eternal just says, "Fuck it, come be Kang. Let's just pull the roads here, and I
like that guy. He's a good actor.
Fucking amazing. He was so good." My point is, if they did that, I don't think Kang is in bad hands. Does that make sense?
No.
Oh man!
Or Joaquin Phoenix in blackface, whichever you want to. You want to go that way with it?
You want to do?
If you want to go that way with it,
the guy from Loquisha, is that it for Marvel? Is that just done completely? If they're like due to the recent controversy,
Jeremy Seville from Loquisha.
Yeah, we are getting rid of Jonathan Majors because of these horrific accusations against him. He's been replaced
by Jeremy Seville
by the guy
from Loquisha fame. But we will put him in blackface.
We are going to put him in blackface, and he will be Kang. But Loquisha as Kang is what this is. Do you even go? I don't even.
I have to go.
You kind of have to see.
You kind of have
how bad that's going to be. How horrifically awful.
I mean, Robert Downey Jr.'s done it before. Maybe he does it again.
Maybe he does it again. Maybe
he reprises his Tropic Thunder.
Maybe.
And he becomes Kang.
That'd be incredible. I mean,
that gets a laugh, right? If he pops up dressed as Kang, but he's the character from Tropic Thunder.
I think he gets more of a what?
What are we doing?
Wait, what just happened? And then the news: Adam Driver is your Mr. Fantastic. Has that been officially
Is that confirmed? I don't know if that's confirmed. I've heard the rumors.
Adam
Driver, you told me, and I've heard.
Old Margot Robbie as Sue Storm.
I like that.
And then Austin Butler, Elvis, as Johnny. And then the other rumor is The Thing might be a female. They don't know yet. So
what's interesting to me is they would cast Margot Robbie as Sue Storm,
right,
because she's so known as
what's her face, Harley.
Harley Quinn.
But I mean, as far as like looks like she crawled out of the comic book as Sue Storm.
Right, but she is so identifiable as
right.
That's almost like casting Robert Downey Jr. as someone
as like Superman.
Right, it just seems like she's so identifiable as Harley Quinn.
Right.
Why would you go that route when there's so many other great talented actors that could do that too?
Although hey, fuck it, she wants to.
No, I don't have any complaints with it. It just seems like that's a big flex on MCU's part by Kevin Feige.
Now the thing, if it was a female, is this if they go with a female thing? Is this the time that we lament that Nell Carter is no longer with us?
Yeah, I think this was the role she was born to play.
Would that be your shoe-in?
Absolutely.
Ben Grimm, if it was a woman.
You don't even have to like the CGI or anything. You just draw some lines
Orange
around
her. It's clobbering time. He gets out there. She sings. She sings the theme song to the movie. The four of us were shooting space, and then some gamma rays done hit us, and now we all have power. How are you not in?
That she's dancing and fighting. Woo.
Accidentally puts the vacuum cleaner of the Baxter building in the fish tank, and the hijinks ensue. I mean, I don't see how I don't know how, whatever, Kevin Feige. Don't say we didn't try to help you. Is that, can you just say that?
No, I mean, you can we don't have to, you don't have to pay us for it. Just take
Just, but if these things bomb, we gave you the roadmap.
Right. We were here first.
If you can't find water, don't come to us, because we gave you the road. We showed you where the spring was.
Now, if they did go with a female thing, you've already established She-Hulk in the MCU. Yep. Why not just bring her in and make her the fourth member and not do a thing?
Because there is I thought about that, and I think there's such a great rapport or dynamic between Hulk and Thing in the comics. Yeah. And if Ruffalo's really taking a break, right, and not going to be, I think that would be perfect to have it just be two females then.
Yeah.
But, She-Hulk and Thing. Get the girl, what's her face, who was in Dungeons and Dragons and all the Fast and Furious movies.
Well, no, she's already...
Is she already in the MCU?
Isn't she? No, wait, she's not. She's not in the MCU.
You don't think she is?
No.
Dude, she'd be a great if they wanted to do that. Benita Grimm, there she is. Bam.
Yeah.
I'd be all over that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but I think that's why, though, because now maybe you have their kind of...
Is he taking a break? Did he say he was taking a break?
I don't know, but he's really not,
Because he showed up at the end with...
he did.
With Scar.
I guess they are going to do World War Hulk, but I don't know. I think that maybe I think She-Hulk is going to be the more main Hulk going forward.
Yeah.
And so I think... By the way, Eddie, my God, we lost track of our focus here.
Oh, shit, we did,
What was your Elvis Hall of Fame hat?
I went with Jailhouse Rock.
Eddie, put us in the same cell, because I did too. Warden threw a party.
Shower first.
Right.
Then the same cell.
Began to wait. Very progressive song for its time.
Yeah.
With the pro-gay, like number 47, number 3. You're the cutest jailbird I ever did see. I mean...
Yeah. They're fucking banging.
They're fucking
in the prison.
Let's rock. Everybody. All right.
You know what rock means, right? Everybody, let's fuck.
We know what rock. Yeah.
Jailhouse fuck.
For Ramble 347, since we're in the midst of the playoffs, Eddie, of two major sports.
Right.
Championship trophy. Can you pick? Winning a championship goes into the Hall of Fame.
Which trophy goes into the Hall of Fame?
Is it the Larry O'Brien? Is it the Lombardi Trophy?
It's the Stanley Cup,
Stanley's Cup?
Is
it the Wimbledon? Nothing for the Wimbledon
plate?
challenge?
The plate?
The plate?
No.
Come
fuck the
on.
plate. Nothing.
The Masters, the green jacket?
Lord Stanley's Cup is above all.
The Maillot Jaune? From the Tour de France? You need nothing?
Dude. I'm already saying it this week now for next week. Lord Stanley's Cup.
You're saying Lord Stanley, the Lord Stanley.
There is no better trophy in sports.
You think that's the greatest one?
By far.
If you're going to hoist one,
by far,
you're hoisting that over the Lombardi, you think?
Yeah. Lombardi, as much as football's my favorite sport, it's one of the weaker trophies there is. It's just a football on a pole.
On a pole.
It's just.
Is it just like an elongated T?
It's just like it's one of the I mean, whether the NBA's got the they still have
the ball
they got
going
the basketball
into the basket.
Yeah, that's kind of like cool.
Yeah.
If a baseball's got all the flags, right?
I think that's a weaker one. That looks like something you'd give at a fucking Denny's if you solved the little fucking map on the back of the fucking sheet. I think
but it's intricate and you can look at it, you can stare at it, you're like, oh, and there's like some detail to it. Whereas like the Lombardi Trophy is like it's just a fucking football.
Yeah, you know.
And then they used to have the old AFC, NFC Championship trophies, which were like they had like that little scene. It was like a now it's just a hollow football.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, but people have shit in Lord Stanley's Cup.
They've fucked in it.
So I mean,
that's what makes it great.
Is that okay?
Yeah. You can't shit on the Lombardi Trophy; it just rolls off.
The guys from Pantera drop kicked it off a hotel into a pool.
But it's great because it goes everywhere. The winners take it all over the world.
One day.
And you do whatever you want to with that thing. Teabag it, whatever you want to do.
Would you? Now, the guys who ate cereal and spaghetti, would you do that knowing someone shit in it?
I would not.
Think I would either.
I would not eat out of it.
No, that would not be my move.
No, but.
Owen Edmonds, open close encore. He goes Uncle Barry. He actually contributed. My Sharona, mainly for the line, I always get it up for the touch of the younger kind.
Wow.
You close with Jailbait by Ted Nugent. You encore 17 by Winger. Are they a Christian rock band? The line sums it up perfect. Daddy says she's too young, but she's old enough for me. Was that a Winger song?
Was that?
Stop.
Wow.
I don't think it, no. Wait, we have to look this up. Was that Winger?
I mean... This is the definitive Uncle Barry's playlist. It's coming from the source.
Was that She's Only 7? Was that it?
No, that's a Winger song. That's Winger.
That is Winger. She's Only 17 is Winger?
That's not Striper.
Striper was the Christian band.
Winger. Striper's the Christian man. Kip Winger was not Christian.
Kip Winger was, I was about to say. Okay, that's right.
No, he was a guitarist for Alice Cooper at one point or something like that.
The Coops.
Yeah, that's Winger.
My God, that's
Kip
right.
Winger, way different.
But you know what? I always get Winger and Striper confused. Don't you?
No.
Just name-wise?
Way different.
No, I'm talking about the name.
Winger and Striper?
Yeah, you hear the name. I'm like, oh, wait, they're the Christians. Oh, wait, no, that was Striper.
That's Striper.
Yeah. She's only 17. So now Owen Edmonds also has his Gordon Lightfoot. You open with Sundown and I think it's a shame. You close with Rainy Day People. Encore, If You Could Read My Mind. Sheer perfection. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Of course, we're doing the open close encore for the late great Gordon Lightfoot. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs, as you open with Carefree Highway, you close with If You Could Read My Mind, Love. You encore with Sundown. Snides opens with Sundown.
Okay.
Encores with If You Could Read My Mind. Closes with If You Could Read My Mind. Encores, Carefree Highway. Sean Williams, the open close encore. You open with If You Could Read My Mind. Close with The Wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald. Encore with Sundown.
Ooh, okay.
Anthony Born to Run Flores. So I'm not a Gordon Lightfoot guy. I know he's fresh in the dirt, but sorry. Instead,
wow.
I'll open
bringing it hard.
Wow, damn, jeez. I'll open close encore from Guardians of the Galaxy songs. You open with the acoustic Creep, then Faith No More closes it with We Care a Lot, and then of course Florence and the Machine encores with The Dog Days Are Over. All right.
No Badlands in there, huh?
No, wow, nothing for Badlands. And he's Born to Run, Flores.
Right.
Anthony Born to Run Flores, and he's ignoring the battle. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, it was just an end credit scene, but
it's up tonight. But my God, Damien Bottriell, Bats. The open close encore for Gordon Lightfoot is If You Could Read My Mind. That's the only one of his I know. And I always thought that was Neil Diamond. Okay. Bots, extra shots fired at the late, great Gordon Lightfoot. Man. So I open with The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Okay. Just put everyone in a good mood.
Sure.
And look, here's the thing, Eddie. By opening with The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, he dominates time of possession. True. That's like an 8-minuter that you open up with.
True.
I mean, you just
people can show up if they're late to the show. They're in the parking lot.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like one of those old school, just run the football
Yeah.
And you've
They
waited.
triculate down the field.
The first 8 minutes of the quarter was all you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You can buy a T-shirt. You can get some popcorn. You get a drink.
Right. Time of
time.
possession is
You got
heavily
time.
in his favor.
Time to get into the concert.
You open with that one. Close with If You Could Read My Mind. Encore. Sudden down and I think it's a shame. That's mine. What was yours?
I open up with If You Could Read My Mind.
A great one.
I close with Sundown.
A great
And what
one.
I did, I encored with the wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, because then you're keeping them there.
You're keeping them there. Plus, for the Lightfoot heads, which I like to call them.
Lightfoot head, yeah.
Lightfoot heads.
The footy.
They know that song's on. They're like, oh, I got time. I can get out early.
I can leave early.
I can get to my car early. Beat the traffic. I can hear the first 4 minutes and then leave.
But this is one of those for you. So I do it where you open with dominating the time of possession.
Right.
You're the other way. You're
I'm
like
running out the clock.
It's overtime, and we're making sure Mahomes doesn't get the ball again. Right?
Exactly.
That's what we're doing. We are making sure Mahomes doesn't
You can
touch
hear
it
the
again.
first 3 minutes of the song, feel good, and go, hey, you know what? I know what's coming up. We can sneak out of here.
There it is. I like it. Eddie for Ramble 347. Let's open, close, and encore. You ready for this? The Jackson 5.
Woo!
The Jackson 5.
I'll
be there. It's time to listen to read books and play video games. Joshua Snides. The book stack keeps growing, but not reading at the moment. I'm wrapping up Metroid Prime Remastered. Jerry, you nailed it. This is a masterpiece. I'm telling you, dude. Right? Next week, Tears of the Kingdom, baby. I'm ready for that too. Anthony Born to Run Flores still killing demons with style in Devil May Cry 5. I'm currently in limbo when it comes to a new TV show to watch. So if you guys at the Ramblers have any suggestions, please share. You know, someone who watches my Twitch stream, the great Legion Norge, recommended White House Plumbers, which is on HBO, and it's with Justin Theroux and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
And it's a comedic look at the two guys who tried to help Nixon during Watergate and actually fucked it up for him. So it's from the people who did Veep, so I'm sure it's going to be really good. So yeah, maybe that, yeah. Damien Batriel, Bats. I just reached what I think is the last boss fight of Jedi Survivor, so by the time this episode drops, I'll be done with the story, but I've really enjoyed it so much. I think I'm going to try to platinum it. Wow!
Whoa!
Man, reading, gaming myself. I'm about to be done with the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed downloadable content, so I can just walk right into Zelda. I just finished Slumberland. I'm reading the second book in the Frank Burley series, which is a series of detective novels written by a guy, I think his name is John Swartzwelder, who wrote, basically, if you had a favorite Simpsons episode, chances are he wrote it. He wrote like 59 episodes and contributed to countless others.
Wow.
And basically, this is just what if Homer Simpson were a detective. And it's in this second book, like there are laugh out loud moments in this guy's stuff. Like the second book I'm reading right now there's a line where he's talking about how he's not getting much business as a detective, and he wonders if part of it was that double your money back promotion he was running. The double your money back promotion. It's a really fucking funny.
That's funny.
You reading anything? You playing anything?
I'm dabbling in. Colton's playing mostly. I'm dabbling in Jedi Survivor.
There it is.
It's just a beautiful game.
Is it easier now that you're watching him play? You know what not to do, right? Yeah. He kind of makes some mistakes. You go in and
he does all the hard puzzle shit, and I kind of go in
I got it. Top 5 time, baby. Top 5 Stone Temple Pilots song. Justin Navi. Navi. Number 5, Lady Picture Show. This was a tough one, by the way, Eddie. Number 4, he goes Sour Girl. Number 3, Big Empty. Number 2, Interstate Love Song. Number 1, 7 Cage Tigers. Thank you, Justin Navi. Owen Edmonds, complete albums from last week. The Great War by Sabaton. Dirt by Alice in Chains, the only true grunge album. Fear Inoculum by Tool. Master of Puppets by Metallica. Number 1, Your Boys Iron Maiden, with one of my favorite covers to a record ever, Power Slave. That's his pick. Power Slave does not get enough credit. Great as an all-time album cover.
Some of the greatest album cover art they've ever done. That one, Somewhere in Time and Power Slave are probably my two favorite covers
I told you,
for Iron Maiden albums.
My cousin Brian, my older cousin, in his bedroom, like it took up most of one of his walls. He had a massive, just Eddie as the Sphinx from Power Slave.
Yeah,
it was
so good.
The coolest fucking thing.
I mean, the other ones are cool, like Peace of Mind.
Oh, they're great.
They're great, but like the detail in Power Slave and the detail in Somewhere in Time.
Tremendous.
They're great.
So Stone Temple Pilots, he goes Sex Type Thing, Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart, Interstate Love Song, Vaseline, Plush, Keep Fighting Faye, Michael S. Miller, and of course you, Jerry. Thank you so much. Peace and Love, Owen, Fuck Cancer. Thank you, buddy. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs, he goes, Flies in the Vaseline we are. Number 4, I Want to Run Through Your Wicked Garden. Number 3, Big Empty. Number 2, Interstate Love Song. And number 1, Sex Type Thing. Joshua Snides, who I think took umbrage with me kind of just felt like I dismissed them as just a Pearl Jam ripoff. But I never thought that. But remember that was kind of the knock about them? Remember that early on, they were just, everyone kind of like, when they first came out, everyone knocked them as like this weird, like grunge wannabe band.
It was sort of Pearl Jam, then everyone let Stone Temple Pilots, and then like Bush was right after that.
Right.
Like those were like
exactly. I always thought people always thought Bush was like the wannabe Nirvana too. You know what I mean? Like they were but I lazily made that comparison last time. But I never agreed with it personally. I like Stone Temple Pilots a lot.
I like STP, yeah.
And I hated that video of Scott Weiland weeks before he passed away. When he's on stage, clearly on a drug or many drugs, and just mumbling through songs. And what hurts about that, and I think I've quoted this, I've talked about this on this show before, but it reminds me of this line in David Lee Roth's amazing autobiography, Crazy from the Heat. When he talks about, there was a time, he said in the early 90s, I think it was, when he was just on a riverboat in the fucking Amazon, right? He was on this wild-ass vacation that probably only super rich people can survive going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was on this riverboat in the Amazon, and he said, because I remember being on that boat, looking up at the stars and thinking, I should just stay here, right? I should just find some girl in a village, some woman in a village here, marry her, just make this my life. But instead, I had to come back, and it was a lawyer, it was a manager, it was an agent, just tour. And he just said, he goes, what a useless fucking existence, putting gas in some other asshole's Mercedes. And then he goes, a Mercedes that I bought him, by the way. And fucking brilliant. And that's what happened to that fucking guy, to Weiland. Yeah. That video showed, if anyone had actually given a fuck about him, they would have said, this guy needs to get off the road right now, enter rehab. But they were like, nope, get out there.
He's making people too much money.
Yep. So Joshua Snyder, top 5, Sour Girl, All in the Suit That You Wear, Sex Type Thing, Interstate Love Song, Plush. And this is amazing. Fun story. I auditioned for Stone Temple Pilots after Weiland passed. Didn't cut the snuff, though.
Damn.
When I was at their show 5 years ago, Dean DeLeo saw me in the front, pulled me up on stage, and I got to do part of Dead and Bloated with him.
Wow.
Wish I had video of it, but he shows the pictures. They're fucking awesome. By the way, their last album, Perdida, is excellent. You guys are the best. No, Snyder, you're the best.
Snides.
What an amazing story. Holy shit. He almost was the Filipino guy for Journey.
Right.
For Stone Temple Pilots.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Fucking amazing.
Damn.
Sean Williams, top 5 Stone Temple Pilots. I was so excited for this one. Vaseline, Plush, Creep. The next two is where it got hard to pick. Big Empty from The Crow, even though it sounded badass on MTV Unplugged. It even sounded badass on MTV Unplugged. And Interstate Love Song. Ramble the fuck on. Fuck cancer. Fuck that cancer up, Jerry. And of course, to the both of you, may the fourth be with you as always. This is the way. May the force be with you. Anthony, Born to Run Flores. This top 5 was kind of an easy one. STB gets a lot of shit, and maybe it's deserved, maybe not. Well, I do think the majority of their stuff is, there's a few really solid spots here and there. At 5, I have Sex Type Thing. At 4, Creep. At 3, Vaseline. At 2, Wicked Garden. And of course, predictably at 1, Plush. Keep rambling, boys, and maybe we can get a top 5 Guardians Volume 3 moments. Well, that's exactly what we're doing next Ramble. How about that? Ramble 247. What championship award goes on the Championship Hall of Fame hat? what would the Jackson 5 open, close, and encore with, and your top 5 Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 moments. Damien Bottriell.
Pat.
Top 5 Stone Temple Pilots, 5 Vaseline, 4 Wicked Garden, 3 Interstate Love Song, 2 Big Empty, 1 Plush. We say it time and again, but fuck cancer. We had some tough news during this week. My girlfriend's sister-in-law was diagnosed with late-stage bowel cancer. She'll be starting chemo soon. The doctors haven't given a time frame, but pretty much said make the most of what time she has with her family. As always, thanks for the chuckles, laughs, guffaws, cheers, Damien Bottriell. Bots, let me just tell you this. First of all, I want you to tell your girlfriend's sister-in-law to always make the most of the time, and doesn't mean it's over. There are people who have gotten terminal diagnosis. I'm something that I don't know if I've talked about here on the Ramble. Maybe I have. I was given a terminal diagnosis late last year. The doctor, in as many words, said, we don't think you're going to beat this. They didn't say it that whatever, but they said, our plan is to throw chemo at you until that's it. Until there's nothing left. I did chemo I did a cycle of it, and I couldn't take it. My fucking hands were turning gray. I had to stop it. And I was feeling worse and worse. I was getting bloated. So then Andre and I, and Damien, I highly recommend it. We read a book called Cured. And it's about people who have beat terminal diseases, outliers. And his gripe is modern medicine doesn't want to study them. They just want to say, oh, good for you, bye-bye. And one of the common denominators is they all changed their diet. They all lived as healthy as possible, but they also lived as happy as possible. And a woman was given a 2 weeks or 2 months with late-stage pancreatic cancer. She said, okay, well, I'm going to make the most of what I have left. But I'm going to eat a lot healthier. And she said, but I really love pizza. So every now and again, I'm still going to eat pizza. And 2 years later, she had to go to the hospital for like an elbow injury or some shit. And they're like, oh my God, this is the woman that... And they ran scans on her. There wasn't a trace of cancer in her body. So these things can be beaten. And so just tell your girlfriend's sister-in-law, she can beat this. She can fight this. The whole point of me going down this road here is I had this ablation done where they were going to burn off the tumor on my liver, which might even be the future of cancer treatment. And my God, I hope it is, because it's so much better than chemo and radiation. They just go with extreme heat, they laser focus, and they blast that fucking thing. And I hope that's the future. But for what it's worth, this liver tumor that they went in to go and zap was the largest of the 3 left in my body. And they went in there, and when it was over, the doctor who did the procedure came to talk to Andre and I, and he goes, honestly, we couldn't find it on imaging. We had to go look at past images to see where this thing was, to zap where we thought it should be. So there's a chance they blasted absolutely nothing. So my point is, Damien, that was all because I decided to change my diet. I decided to, just try to think as positive as possible every fucking day and not give in. And I'm telling you, I don't know, but they couldn't fucking find it. And I don't feel like I have a terminal diagnosis anymore. If there was something there and they burned it off, all that's left in my body that we know of are 2 tiny ass microscopic spots on my lung, on my left lung, I think. So my point is, don't give up. That's it. You never fucking know. There we go. Little rant there. Sorry about that. Gang. Here we
good
go.
Rant,
Good rant. Now back to sex type thing. That was my number 5. What was your number 5 star?
I went with Big Empty for my number 5.
That's great. My number 4, Big Bang Baby. I want to cry, but I gotta laugh. What was your number 4?
I went with Creep.
Creep's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a very underrated.
Yes.
But here's, this brought up something. Andrea was watching American Idol, and like Ed Sheeran was on there, and one of the contestants to kiss his ass sang one of his songs, whatever, and they sang a song of his called Photograph, and it was fucking terrible. The song, I don't even give a shit about the song. I think this is a fucking stupid song. And I got mad. I got pissed. Because I'm like, well, wait a minute. George Harrison wrote a great song called Photograph that Ringo Starr did. You know that one, right?
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
I got is a photo. So should you be allowed to write a bad song with the same title as a good song?
Right.
Should that be allowed?
Probably
is my
not.
question. I
Probably
don't think
not.
so. Radiohead's Creep, fantastic.
Yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots Creep,
So
fantastic.
it's the opposite of that.
Right.
Two good Creep songs.
So that's allowed. But I don't know if you're allowed to write a shitty song called Eleanor Rigby if the Beatles already wrote a great song called Eleanor Rigby.
Right.
That's it.
But there are only so many words.
There's only so many. It's true. That's true. My number 3, Interstate Love Song. What was yours?
My number 3, Vaseline.
Ooh. My number 2, I'm surprised nobody had this on their list, Eddie. And it was from their 4th album, and it was Down.
That's a good one.
Pleased to meet you. Anyway, will you show me? That's my number 2. What was your number 2?
Number 2 is Plush.
That was my number 1. What else could it be for me but Plush? What was your number 1?
I went Interstate Love Song.
Interstate Love Song's a great one. What a ramble. What a list. There we go. Next ramble, we want to know what you think. What do you think goes on the championship trophy Hall of Fame hat? Is it the Masters green jersey? Is it Lord Stanley's cup? Is it the Larry O'Brien trophy?
The fucking plate.
Is it that plate
Wimbledon.
from Wimbledon that you serve cheese off
Fucking
of?
lame.
We also want to know what you think the Jackson 5 would open, close, and encore with. And your top 3 Guardians of the Galaxy moments. And something that hasn't happened since maybe before my cancer diagnosis.
Yeah.
You do know the trifecta is still there. If one of yous matches our top 3 in the top 5, you get something.
It's been a minute.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to my local GameStop manager. Look what he gave me, Eddie.
What?
Look at that little Nintendo Switch pen.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
All right, there we go. But that's our ramble. Email us, subscribe to us, 5-star rating, positive text review. We love Locker Miltic, but does he have to be at number 1?
Someone take him down.
Take him down.
Take
and
him
then
down.
Locker Miltic, take them down.
You're right. See how it works?
That's how it works. 5-star rating, positive text review. Subscribe to all of our shit. You know where to find us. You know where to love us. Do it. Take care, everybody. We love you. We'll see you Friday for Ramble Radio. Adios a todos.